I'm Patricia Durgin, founder of ProfitFromYourMessage.com. I'm at the Philadelphia Christian Writers Conference in Philadelphia, if you can imagine that. It is a fantastic opportunity to come and learn more about the craft of writing. But there's much more to it than just writing, isn't there?
Yes, absolutely.
This is my guest, Suzanne Kuhn. How did you phrase it? It was a perfect phrase. Where clients, potential clients, need to be in their writing journey.
Yes.
Before or when they
Contact us.
contact you. Thank you very much.
Basically, for us, we take people in all aspects of their writing journey. So I actually love that question. Because a lot of times I'll have people come to me, especially at conferences like this, and they'll say, well, I don't have a published book yet, or haven't had a publisher accept my manuscript yet, or my manuscript is still being written, or I haven't even put pen to paper.
Oh, really? That far back?
Yes. We'll have people who will come and they'll sit down with us and they will say, I'm literally just beginning. Then the question is posed, when is the right time to engage somebody like you? My answer is now. And the answer is now for every one of those stages, because ultimately you need to have an audience. A writer or a speaker or an artist must have an audience that wants whatever it is that they have to say, or the music that they're singing, or the artwork that they're producing. And so it's about finding that audience. Sometimes establishing that audience through social media or those types of venues can help the author as they're writing, if they're not quite sure specifically who their audience is. So that's important. Now, we have clients who have written 14 books.
And are just starting with you?
And are just starting with us. And those are the people that we're coming alongside, and we're saying, they're coming to us saying, I need to expand my reach. And so we're coming alongside, we're analyzing what they're doing well and what they can do better, or how we can help them expand to reach a broader audience.
Good.
So all of those things are important, and it's important to be honing in and beginning dialogue now at any stage.
Yes, engage as soon as possible. And isn't it true that engagement with your audience often tempers your message, whether it's your format or the delivery process, or maybe not necessarily the core message, but how you might present it, as you sometimes were pleasantly surprised who's engaging with us.
Yes.
We thought it was going to be X, but actually it's Y.
Yes, and I actually have a very dear friend of mine who's one of my first clients. When we became friends and started working together, she already had a book that was written and was published through a traditional publisher. She did not realize that it was a great group study.
Oh.
Her vision for it was that it was an individual journey for the reader. When I came alongside her, I kept saying, you need to be connecting with home groups and small groups and things like that, because this is something that a group can go through together and go through the journey together.
It changed the whole format.
It changed the whole dynamic. And in fact, even as I was sharing that, it wasn't until she was doing her launches, and she was actually doing her launches in the homes of friends, that the light really went on for her.
She saw it in action.
She saw it in action, exactly.
Way cool.
So, yes, I think that there is discovery. And a lot of times we can only see one aspect.
Yes.
And so it's having that dialogue along the way that can really expand it, because oftentimes there are different dimensions to our work that are going to connect with people on different levels.
That we don't see.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay. And tell us, if you have just another moment, how valuable it is to have an already engaged audience when you come to a conference like this. It's not necessary, but how much does it change the tone of a meeting or a personal appointment with an editor and agent?
With an editor and agent, basically when somebody already has that engagement established with their audience, what they're saying is, I have people who want to hear what I have to say on this topic.
They will buy my book.
Yes.
That's what they want to know.
That's exactly what they want to know. They want to know that there are people who are already there that are ready to buy that book, that want to hear And again, sometimes it's just establishing your voice as the expert on that topic, whether it be I tell engaging stories and I have an audience that want to hear how I present everyday life stories. And then that will translate into they're going to buy my novel. Or I'm the expert on parenting and I talk about, and people want to hear what I have to say about parenting and or marriage or whatever the topic is if it's nonfiction.
Yes.
And they want to see that there is an audience.
Because it's not a publishing house's job to create an audience for us.
Absolutely.
It's our job, our responsibility. And not only our responsibility, but Christ has already created that audience. The responsibility then is for us to find them and to package our message on ourselves in such a way that we are compelling to them.
Yes.
That they are drawn to us in our message in as many different ways as possible. That doesn't mean that we have to do every single thing on the to-do list. But we must do some things. Let the Holy Spirit guide you. And let Him allow you to grow in the direction He wants you to grow. And that's the solid growth. That's the growth that will make the difference in the personal interviews with the agent or an editor. They might not even know that. And yet it will come together. That's God's doing. We just do our part.
Yep.
So tell us, please, what is the name of your website, please?
My website is Suzy Q for you. It's SUZY, the letter Q, the number 4, the letter U.com.
Thank you very much. There'll be a link at the bottom of this video. Thanks for watching.